Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 173 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Lante, and aka your mom. I don't know what your mom be calling me these days. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. Was good.
What's good? Yeah, it's me, the kid JB. Could have been right last week, aka Mr. Told You So. Not because I'm always right, but when I'm right, I have to remind those there was somebody that, possibly told you somewhat the correct information, that being me. Beyond that, yeah, man, aka could have been right last week before that. I am Puff Armstrong because I'm in the building lifting legally and medically and physically. So, you know what I'm saying? We out here doing things herbally. Beyond that, man, Uncle Jesse in the mix. I got my niece doing cute things. Got my nephew turning 4. I got, you know what I'm saying, other family members becoming pregnant, announcing it on social media. I'm becoming Uncle Jesse Unlimited.
Nice.
I'm running out of, uncle tokens, but I'm happy to be here on what is the most organic chemistry podcast that is, the Bucket Up Podcast. More importantly, I'm happy to be across the abyss with my guy, DJ Buttersauce. How you doing, son?
I am good, man. I'm just chilling. Here, had another week. The weekend was cool. Kind of just had a chill weekend with the internal fam. The last couple weekends we kind of just been hanging out with Aubrey and Trav, going to their house. Which, although I think Trav's coming over here today, so never mind. Never mind.
Oh, shouts to that.
But for the most part, it's been kind of chill all week. But I'm doing all right, man. How's your week?
Week was cool. Like I said, you know what I'm saying, Turo host, side hustle. I'm out here renting my car, you know what I'm saying. For those not familiar, Turo is like an Airbnb for a car. I mentioned the week before last week or whatever, I went above and beyond for my customers. They dropped off the car. It was cool. We had the funny story. I had another customer, and I feel like, I'm not the biggest spiritual guy, but I believe in karma, and I believe in, like, at some point the universe got to help you out, right? And I got this cool customer. It was like one of the easiest sales deals or whatever because he came through, dropped off, picked up the car, and usually, there's this whole spiel about like, where they're going, where you're from, blah, blah, blah. But this guy was mad direct. Mm-hmm. He was all about the business, and I love that. So he was just like, yeah, I'm going golfing, so I just need your car. And I was like, all right. And, knowing with golf, you don't drive the car around much. So he had the car for like this whole week, and he came and dropped it off. And I checked the odometer. He didn't even put like 40 miles on the car. And, he's like, yeah, I literally just used it to go golfing. I maybe drove it like once. I was like, awesome.
That's crazy.
So,
what's it?
Was that?
The rate is the same though, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like a daily fee. So, he paid. Mm-hmm. It's still cheaper than Enterprise or, Hertz or what's the other one? Dollar.
What's the, what? I should have used Turo when we went home. Instead of Enterprise, that shit was like $700.
That's literally
for a week.
That's funny because that's what I tell people. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's either Enterprise." I'm like, "Yeah, I've heard it's $700 a week." I'm talking out of my ass, but now, I got a testimony.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was like 9 days. It was something. It was close to that, but yeah, it was expensive, man.
No, renting a car is not fun. I mean, I'd rather do it on the other side. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather rent a car, but rent out a car. But yeah, so with that, shouts to the universe, patting me on the back with an easy customer, nice little come up. And then I'm going to, a little seesaw. Shouts to Turo, no shouts to Turo. I will say, Turo, putting you on blast, there should be something to do for somebody that gets their flight, because a lot of your customers are people from other places, right? And if their flight gets delayed, I'm fucking out of pocket because what am I supposed to do? Just not give them the car now? So long story short, I had plans yesterday, and I was going to do them after I gave the car away. But because the person's flight kept getting delayed every hour, I had to sit back and wait, and to the point where they held me hostage for like 8 hours. It was like 4, being dramatic. But it was like 4. And that's what I'm getting at, is there should be something where if a customer has a reservation at 5 and they're late because of some shit, I should get some extra money because of that. Because on the reverse, if I was fucking 4 hours late to them, they would cut my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's a little salty. I'm a little salty about that. And, like, you know, again, JB growth, mental health. I know it's not the customer's fault that the plane's delayed, right? And if it was up to them, they would be here sooner. So I was proud of myself. I didn't divert any energy to them. I was like, in fact, like on their side, I was like, oh, because they were apologetic, you know, up and down. But I was like, you weren't flying the plane, were you? And they were like, nah, ha 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 ha. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was all well, man. So yeah, that was that. And then the week, I guess, you know, trickling up to today was, you know, pretty calm because we didn't do a pod last weekend, right?
No, we did not.
We did not. So I will real quick trickle in last weekend's review. I did I did go out, you know what I'm saying? I stepped out, and because of that, my batteries were beyond burnt this weekend. And yeah, so, you know, with that being said, it was a calm weekend, but it was because it was appropriately calm because I went out last weekend and I got burnt out. And without dragging it out, I saw a comedian. I saw Annie Letterman. Letterman, I guess is her name. She's a podcaster.
I don't know if I heard her. Never heard of her, but that's cool.
She's a podcaster, and she does comedy, obviously, and she works with Bobby Lee, who's like an Asian comedian, and
from Mad TV.
Yes, and some other people that, you know, cool. She was, you know, she was good. Also, growth moment. You know, the humor wasn't for me, but I have enough respect and honor for a comedian and as an aspiring, you know, creator, content, you know, distributor. I'm all for creating and public speaking and performing. So for her to do it, it was really cool. And she had the crowd going, you know, she's definitely got a wave. Her humor's more like bathroom / like feminine
So poop jokes?
It was what?
You said bathroom is a poop joke?
It was like bathroom sex / like self-loathing humors and like female like stuff I just couldn't relate to. It was like about like when your tampon gets like stuck in your leg or some shit, and like I've never been there. You know what I'm saying?
Is that actually what one she said, or you just threw out? Like,
she said that. She said that.
Dude would think would be a female comedian's joke. You know, that's what it sounded like.
No, it was actually. She was talking about how, like, you know, if you cough too hard, it could fall out or something. I was like, damn, that must be rough. You know what I'm saying? But nah, all in all, it was a cool show. Blah blah blah. And then real quick. Just to double down on my snobbery, there's a place on TikTok that, you know, famous, shouts to Phoenix, you know what I'm saying, trying to grow and expand and like get more, you know, not only tourists, but people inside of Phoenix to, you know, grow the hype from inside out. There's the pizza spot called Ziggy's Pizza, and the big fame, big hype is that, like, not only is it a pizza spot, but if you go in the cut behind the pizza spot, there's a whole nightclub, right? And they make it seem like on TikTok, like it's a nightclub that like you happen to stumble across, and there's no way what's that?
Where is it at? Is it downtown?
Yeah.
I think I've been there. There's like an arcade in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. It was like all like it's like a speakeasy, secret door. Like I didn't even realize the pizza. I just went through there and then I went to the club and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Until it's supposed to be secretive until you pull up and there's a whole line of people trying to get in the club. You're like, oh, it's not too secretive.
Yeah, right. It's funny because I feel like white people just really like the aesthetics of the club.
You can walk in like this.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you got to go through like a pizza shop, and then then you get in there, it's just like it's just a club like any other club, and then the same thing with the book, the fucking library inside the other bar. What the hell is that bar called? I don't know. I'm blanking on
Low
it
Key.
No. The one you got to go down in the basement.
Yeah, there's the one. I think there. So I found out there's a piano bar that has like a basement, or what's like a library too. But I don't know where the other bar you're talking about in downtown Phoenix. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name. Law Sleep or some shit.
No. Every time I've gone out with like my work friends around here, that's been what the one we end up there at some point, and I'm like, it's not that great. We're in the basement
and a library,
and it's like,
and it's moldy.
And like last time I was there, they're just like, yeah, and it's like a whole bunch of like old dolls and trains and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, it's not that fun, you know what I mean? But I think I just outgrown the going out stuff, you know.
Facts. And then on top of that, I was like, all right, well, I'm a snob. Let me try this pizza. So there's a line for the pizza, and I was like, it can't be that great, but whatever. Let me give it a chance. And there is this girl that her debit card was declining or whatever it was, and the guy was like, oh, okay, you know, she was like, I have money in the back or whatever. She does the whole song and dance, and she dips. But mind you, there's a line of people, and like we're all looking at the guy. He's like, oh, this girl's going to get money. And I was like, all right, well, we'll give her like a second, you know? And now she's taking it long enough that the line keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it just looks stupid because now we look like we won't order, you know? So what was funny is, mind you, this was all Joel's friends, and I was out with them. And a lot of them I've never met them before. So I look at them, I look at the guy, I look at them. I go up to, shouts to Joel's, this is kind of tight. Joel's sister, one of Joel's friend's sister is a former pro soccer player for the Seattle Reign.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was out there with some pro athletes, it's whatever, but anyway, so it's whatever. But anyway, so, I said to her, I was like, hey, you know, in a situation like this, I would normally act out. But you guys are really important to my girlfriend, and I want to keep I want to make a good impression with you guys, you know? And they laughed, and they were like, oh, go right ahead. I was like, are you sure? Can I be myself in this situation? She's like, yeah, go for it. I was like, all right. So I go up to the dude who's, mind you, like letting all this happen. And I just go up to him. I go, yo, bro, you want to sell the pizza? What's up? And he's like, yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. And then he just cancels her order, and then the line starts moving like butter. And we get back to the table, and she was laughing, and like I was like, hey, what it is at the end of the day, goals and approaches. What's the goal? I was like, we want to buy pizza, and they want to sell pizza. Sounds like we're all on the same page, you know? I was like, imagine if his boss comes back and finds out, why'd you hold up this line for 15 minutes? Oh, because this one person possibly would buy pizza. So I missed out on other 10 people buying pizza. It's simple math, homie.
Yeah, you just sell, and then if she comes back, she comes back.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
And then that's why I knew. I was like, this is not a real pizza place, because in a real pizza place, that wouldn't happen. So then I think
this happens in fucking Domino's, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I take a slice, I take a bite of it, and let me tell you, bro, what was it? Not good. You know, it's whatever. It felt like it's, at least my slice, instead of like cheese, it's just one actual layer of.
Okay.
Well,
I think I need.
What's that?
I'm gonna slow you down. I think you need, because I don't think you've ever done this. I think you need to explain to the buckets, to the listeners, to everybody who's heard you complain about pizza, heard us complain about pizza here. What to you makes the perfect like pizza? What's the not even perfect? What's the like the thing you should aspire to? Like, what's all the components of a pizza that you should hit if you try to make good pizza, and then tell us what this pizza didn't do. Like, let's go and I wish I could drop some music on this. Like,
oh, you can.
JB Pizza Sommelier or whatever.
All right, well, let me clear my throat. Nah, what it is, bro, and people are not going to actually think this, and I actually had to put a homie on game earlier. It's not the cheese, it's not the dough, it's not the sauce. Well, it is the dough, but not yet. It's the water, bro.
Oh.
So the reason why the dough is the consistency and the taste that it is back on the East Coast is because you're able to drink the water from the tap. So access to the water is way easier than places out here. You can't drink water from the tap. At least you're suggested not to. So
yeah, I just wouldn't.
Many people cook with it, which ultimately you end up eating it if you're cooking with it, right? So cooking and making the dough with said water creates a bad foundation. And then from there, you're already chugging uphill. So when you're throwing on your sauce and your toppings on what is a bad foundation, you're going to have a medium bite at best. Whereas you put in love, tender care from the start, and that is with the dough coming from the water at the right temperature, the right source, and the right curation, you've created the proper foundation. And now at this point, you have started what is needed to create the good slice. The three separate entities, the dough, the sauce, the cheese. Whereas currently these places, especially outside of these water accessible locations, you have what is, I like to call, a forced or an arranged marriage. And instead of having what seems to be three separate entities, like the sauce, the bread, the cheese, you have a fixed combination of the cheese and the sauce molded with their unloved and tendered bread, making a bad and less quality slice.
Okay. There you go. You broke it down. So to you, the bad pizza here is a structural thing. It's not a, you know what I mean? It could be somebody who literally had a pizza spot in New York and like moved here and like wanted to start up a chain or whatever, or have a second location on the West Coast. And like they known for making good pizza back home, but if they make it here, like it's still going to be a little bit off just because of the water, is what you're saying.
Yes. However, I've heard people from back home making pizza spots out here importing their water or getting the water shipped. So on that accord, I am willing to try it and, go for it. But kind of back to what we were speaking on back, when we've had the debate on like what, other food places, I think the statement of like there's no pizza out here is hyperbolic in the sense of like the rinse and repeat pizza is that that's made with the tap. If you're importing the water, the chances of that happening are less likely than just running the sink.
Exactly.
So what I think that ultimately is the move and the reason being. And with that, I'm saying is like, so if I'm going to have to go to these one-off locations that have imported water, then pizza at that point is a spectacle. It's not like an actual common food out here.
Right.
So
which is like, I would like anybody to be like, you know what, I want some pizza. Like, who got good pizza? Phoenix, Arizona. So, like, it's just not like, and that's fine. It's just like, when you hear people like, was it Jason Tatum saying that he wanted, his favorite pizza was St. Louis pizza, and everybody's what? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is St. Louis pizza? That's not a thing. You know what I mean? It's like, there's certain places that do barbecue, and they've made, they got a staple of the barbecue because they put in the work, like Carolina and St. Louis and Memphis and, you know what I'm saying, Texas. You can't just be like, yo, North Dakota barbecue. Nobody respects that. I'm sure y'all got barbecue. I'm sure it's decent or fine, but like, I feel like you shouldn't even throw that out there. You know what I mean? Nobody wants Montana barbecue. Like, y'all probably eating bareback. Like, nobody wants to eat that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then also, everything's reference point. Shouts to Tyler, the creator. He had a really good interview on Hot 97 or whatever. And he was talking about reference points. So technically everybody's right in their regard because their best pizza may really be the place from St. Louis because they never had something else, right?
That's true.
But that's because this all stemmed from that argument that I think a lot of people have been going heavy on is like, does pineapple go on pizza? And I fucking unraveled even further. I was like, I'm sure most of these people saying yes haven't even had real pizza. So they would argue, they're ignorantly arguing because if you put pineapple on the pizza that we're talking about, you would get fucking slapped in the face or type shit. So, everybody has a reference point. It's like, you know what? Do you put pineapple on some St. Louis fucking bowling alley pizza? Why not? Go for it.
And I'm like, if you eat a Hawaiian pizza in Hawaii, I'm letting it slide. You know what I mean? I wouldn't eat it, but like I still don't want it. But like they made the damn pizza. Like if that's what they want to do, that's them. But like I'm not just trying to do that shit randomly. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think people also forget. I don't think when they say pineapple on pizza, it's just the pineapple. Like the ham goes on there. Like I'm not crazy about ham on pizza either. You know what I'm saying? I like pepperoni. You know what I'm saying? Or sausage or some shit.
So It's funny. Shouts to the homie Kingston. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago, and I was telling him how I like Supreme pizza, and he was getting wild. He was like, "What? Like, nah, bro. Peppers, onions, olives, and all that shit on a pizza? Like, no." And I'm like, "What's wrong with?" I don't know. I didn't know Supreme was this bad thing. He said there should only be like pepperoni and like sausage. Is like that's like the only thing you really should get on a pizza. Or like he said he'll accept mushrooms on a pizza because that's like an original ingredient, but he don't. He said like, but he don't like it. But he's like saying like you should only put like the original like pizza ingredients, like all that extra shit. He said he don't like buffalo wing pizza. He don't like any like barbecue chicken pizza. Like he don't like any like the specialty shit. Are you on that wave too? You don't fuck with the specialty?
Kingston's a conservative.
No, he isn't. But it's funny. I sound like a conservative ass take.
Back in my day, we had 2 toppings, you know, because the government limited us. You know what I'm saying?
Now they just giving out all these toppings,
all team
with
handouts.
participation trophies.
Everybody gets a topping, okay?
Everybody gets a fucking black olive and a fucking ribbon.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why all these kids soft nowadays.
Yeah, pizza's heart shaped and shit. Anyway, I think so. Back to the spectacle analogy. I think a Supreme pizza. I'm on your side. I'm with it because there's like this. There's like the force, right? The balance. At what point are you turning a slice into a spectacle? And it's like you have a slice, right? Cheese, pepperoni, onion. Or not sausage. Sausage and onion is pretty good. It depends on what you want, right? 2 to 3 toppings, slice. Once you go more, the Supreme, you got the spectacle. And at that point, it's okay because it's not like you're going Supreme every slice.
Oh, yeah, right. And it's not like it's not like every time I order a pizza, I'm getting a Supreme. Like that would be that. I don't know why, but that feels like serial killer behavior. If like every time you order a pizza, it was like a special.
You need everything on it, like it's your last meal.
Yeah, like an everything bagel. Which don't even get me started on everything bagel.
I don't like them.
Like, yeah, I don't.
And they don't have everything. That's a lie.
They don't. Like it don't. Where the cinnamon at? You're right. Like,
I don't see one raisin on that shit.
Not a raisin, not a nothing. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you do that every time, I feel you. But like every now and then, you want to throw in a Supreme pizza for a razzle dazzle, or a buffalo chicken pizza because you want a little razzle dazzle. I think that's fine.
Right.
So I get
and that goes to because I think is the back to the pizza snobbery. I think similar to the spectacle idea. I'm on wax saying you don't dare dip a slice in ranch or whatever the fuck people do, bananas, fucking pineapples. But the spectacle slice, the Supreme slice, or the specialty slice, the buffalo sauce slice, I'm cool with dipping that in buffalo sauce. I'm cool with I'm cool with the jalapeno whatever, dipping that in the jalapeno whatever sauce it comes with.
I feel you.
If it's
just like a regular,
yeah.
If you got a regular cheese slice, you probably should. I mean, and I get that. If your cheese slice not good, then it's just not good. And I'm gonna be real. At my college, there was a pizza spot called VanJess, and we would go there every day, like every weekend after you get drunk, and like the pizza just wasn't good. So you literally had to dip it in ranch or blue cheese to make it edible, even if you were drunk. You know what I mean?
I respect that.
And it's like and it was really just a vessel for the ranch because they had good ranch. It was like not the thick ranch. It was a drippy ranch. You know what I mean? Like the house dressing type. So it was good ranch. So it was like, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is what's open. Like, it's like, it was literally the only thing that's open.
That's fine.
Unless you wanted to go all the way down and get like the McDonald's, which was like, McDonald's is not great, but it was like, all the fast food places around there were like the worst version of fast food I've ever had in my life.
The B squads,
the
D squads,
the Subway sandwiches always gave me the shits there, and it was off of Walmart, so I should have known. And then the McDonald's was like not great. The Taco Bell was a Taco Bell KFC combo, and it was like we still went there because we fucked with Taco Bell, but it was like it wasn't the best taco. It was probably the worst Taco Bell that I've been to. So, but it was the only one. But yeah, so it was like the options were limited, especially at 2:00 in the morning. So,
side note, tangent on Taco Bell, real quick. Do you remember that Uber driver that got arrested for like beating up? Or no, the Uber passenger he got arrested for beating up the Uber driver and ended up being like the head of marketing for Taco Bell.
No, no, that's wild, bro.
And I'm like, since that day, their marketing has gone upward. So like sometimes there's like blessings in disguise. You know what I'm saying?
I think it just I think some brands are just Teflon. I don't think Taco Bell probably couldn't do anything to like stop people from buying it.
Yeah,
like,
well, I just read an article
there,
but like one opened a location with like 4-lane drive-through. I'm like, yo, I can't front.
Yeah,
the cheesy gordita crunch has been holding up for 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like it has the little chutes like you're at the bank, and it just like zooms down. Like the Taco Bell is like the restaurant is above, and you just drive through the lane and it shoots the shit down to you. That's what it looked like. And so I saw somebody say, like, I hope it comes down. Yeah, I hope it comes down to vacuum like the bank so I can like shoot a chalupa directly into my mouth. I'm like, that's wild, bro.
You're asking for lollipops too? Let me get a green one. I got kids in the back.
Putting in the money in the thing and it like shoots up. It's just crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so shouts to that. But yeah, anyway, back, but we divert.
No, we're on like 18.
Our pizza,
18
pizza snobbery real quick. So, with that, man, that was my little review of the week / last week. Bulldozing into this week again, now I'm chilling, recharging my batteries, and I haven't eaten today, so now you got me on the mood thinking, shit, Taco Bell, I could eat something. I could eat some.
I just ate a salad, so I just had mad green, so I'm not on that wave, but I feel you. I think I had Taco Bell earlier this week.
Just that. But anyway, So no, we here, man. We live, man. So, and then yesterday, man, went to the farmer's market. Shouts to that. You know what I'm saying? That was real hyped. I got these lemonades.
How many farmers did you buy?
Shit. It was farmersonly. They told me I had to go to farmersonly.com. So,
yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't let me buy it on the spot. But nah, man. So you're right. Tangent. When this little piggy went to the market, that shit was sad because we all thought like he went shopping. No, the piggy went to the market.
No, yeah, he died.
Yeah, he got chopped.
They slaughtered him. It was bad.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the farmer's market. So I was there. You know what I'm saying? Got lemonade, strawberry lemonade. Got the limeade. Got there was bagel tent. I didn't jump on it. There was a lobster fucking truck that I didn't jump on. I was gonna, but they were talking about $21 for a lobster roll.
Off a truck. It's like I've seen the lobster trucks and I just can't reconcile the two things. Like I'm taking an inherent risk buying lobster off a truck. And I noticed, you noticed selling me this lobster off this truck, but you still want me to pay prices as if I'm in Connecticut beachside where I see the lobsters crawling onto the beach, onto the grill of the chefs and they cooking it up. Like, no. You're going to have to reduce that price a little bit.
Bro, that would be wild. They crawling up to the chef and shit. What's today's menu?
He's into the pot.
Fam. Yeah. The German suplexing the shit onto it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like obviously you don't want, like, it's a balance, right? You want it to be, it can't be too expensive to where I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not buying a lobster off a truck for $22. But you can't have it too low to where I'm like, how much y'all pay for this lobster?
You want a 4 for 4 deal? You're like, what?
Yeah. Like on a lobster roll, I feel like if I ate that and I paid $4 for it, I can't get mad if it gave me tetanus or like dysentery.
It's like that movie Huff, you turn into a lobster and shit. You're like, I knew it.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't even be mad, but it got to be. You got like I think like 16, 17, 18 is the range. 22 is a little bit much. Like they be wilding.
Yeah, give me a soda with the 22 or something. But yeah. Anyway, it was cool, man. I will say, farmer market advice. I'm out here. Well, I went once. I'm out here with the advice. Go earlier because we went later in the day, so like you're overwhelmed and you're just kind of like, oh, it's closing in an hour. I want this.
And
I
all
want
these
that.
people.
I want that. But yeah, go early. But yeah, so that was yesterday, and then my created character in NHL got traded again. So big thing.
Oh my god,
been doing big things.
Don't you control if they get traded, bro?
I do. It's funny because like I'll be playing and then I have such a ADD and so I forget the game's on. I'll come back and the screen's like you've been benched. You're not a good teammate. And I'm like
Yeah. Or I used to like when I play because I feel like I can only really play late at night because it's like we share the TV. I used to have 2 TVs, so if I wanted to play or do something, I could, and Katie could watch TV. But we've been off that life for a while. But I feel like I would try to play late at night, and then I wake up playing NBA 2K, and it'd just be like it'd be like I had like 8 5-second calls in a row.
You're losing by 100 points and shit.
I'm losing by 35. I'm like, well, turn that off real quick. Didn't save. You know what I mean?
You turn your hat backwards. You're like about to make the illest comeback, son.
There we go. Nope. I tried that before. Like, let's see if I can come back. And it's just like, you get frustrated when you get it to 15 and they hit 2 threes. And you're like, fuck this. You know?
You're better than me, man. I've been falling asleep on the couch watching like YouTube conspiracy theories and shit. Not like real ones, but like on like TV shows and stuff. And I'll like wake up and then I'll check the clock. It's like 4:30. I'm like, let me watch one more. And it's like, this is why Bart Simpson was actually in the Illuminati. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, what? So, yeah, man, it's stuff is wild on there.
But yeah, man.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, keep going.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you want to go into like movie or TV show reviews.
Yeah, I don't say anything new this week. I will say real quick, John Walsh, I think that's his name. He's the guy that was on Rescue 911 or America's Most Wanted back in like the 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
It's sad because his backstory is pretty sad. Like his son got murdered and like kidnapped or whatever. So that's why he made these shows to go after, criminals and stuff. Not to dumb down the seriousness of this show, but there was like a story that like made it seem like it was a big deal, and then like the ending was just like, oh. Long story short, there was like a guy that got out of jail because he was a sex offender, and he started like messaging some underage girl, which is not cool, right?
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it's like connected because you find out the underage girl is the mother of the girl, the woman that he first attacked, and that's why he's in jail or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh shit! Like, so they're gonna like, he's gonna, Michael Myers her, like meet up with her or something like that. But then like the whole show is talking about like the backstory, so you're just like, damn, like what's gonna happen? And then she's like, so we never saw him. And then the show just ended. I was like, oh,
yeah, that's why I didn't like watching. America's Most Wanted, because they show you like these people doing like heinous stuff, like just murdering whole families, and then at the end they're like, yeah, this person's still alive at large, and they're like, headed by you, give us a tip if you see him. Like, bro, what? No. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
He likes Jewish boys that are 12 years old. I'm like, whoa, hey, I just turned 12. Relax.
Like, you don't want any of that. And it's like, I'm good on that, because it's like, that y'all should. Why y'all asking for my help? Like, where the cops at? How can I help y'all more than the cops can help y'all? Like, get them on that, bro. Like, it's a lot. So, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. The only thing I watched last week is I watched Suicide Squad that came out. Everything on HBO Max is doing the whole like dual release, and I know everybody. I think Suicide Squad didn't do well because the Delta variant is back, bro. It came.
Guess
it's like Michael
back.
Jordan in the 4-5
back again
or whatever. It's like, it's the Dudley brothers. Like the first variant was chilling, and he tagged in the Delta variant to come finish the job off.
He's like, Devon, get the table.
Yeah. That's a wild little reference for y'all. But yeah, so that's probably why I didn't do well. But, I ended up watching on HBO Max. And all I got to say is it was better than the first one. But the bar is like in the 7th circle of hell with Dante. Like, so like it being better than that is not that big a deal. But, I think it was just like, I don't know if I probably would have enjoyed it if I was in theaters more. But it just felt like James Gunn just had a vessel to do like really gross shit. A lot of gory deaths and like gross things, because it's like the Suicide Squad. I don't think that's really like a spoiler. Like, it's called Suicide Squad. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot of deaths in the movie. But yeah, So it was. I would say the movie was good, but what I was seeing before I watched it, people were saying that it was really good. Like, I think it had like a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't feel like it was that good, which is why I try to tell people Rotten Tomatoes is flawed, in that yes, if you look at a 90% rating, that means that like it had 90% of their ratings were quote unquote good ratings. But if like they're just counting, it's like a pass fail system. So it's like if you give it a 3 out of 5 stars, that's technically a good rating. That just counts as one good rating. And if 90 out of 100 people give it 3 out of 5 stars, then it's going to have 90% on Rotten Tomatoes when actually they rate it as an okay movie. You know what I mean? Not that it's like some excellent movie. It's just roundly looked at as an okay movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We used to get that shit at when I worked at Sprint. We were based off of the surveys, and you had to get 5 out of 5 in order to get a one. And people would do a 4 out of 5. And because they would do 4 out of 5, we wouldn't get the one. You know what I'm saying? And their reviews would be like, "We love the people, but Sprint service sucks." So we're like, "Bro, we can't control
and it's like,
that."
what are you supposed to do? Yeah.
So wait, is Suicide Squad in the Marvel universe?
No.
Okay.
This is DC. I know it gets confusing for like people who don't care about that stuff. Which I don't blame you. It's like all these fucking comic book movies, are they all the same? Like, you know what I mean? But no, it's DC, so it's like the Batman, Superman universe.
Okay, that's fair. I'm with it.
Yeah, that's what Harley Quinn's in it, who's like Joker's side piece, and like a main character mainly because they have the actress that they're paying a shit ton of money. So it's like, I don't know if you watched the X-Men movies. Did you watch them?
I didn't.
So
I know the characters.
To me, it's like Jennifer Lawrence played Mystique in the X-Men movies, and like before Mystique wasn't like in the cartoons and like the first X-Men movies, Mystique wasn't this big character. But when they casted Jennifer Lawrence in like, I think it was like the X-Men First Class ones, because they were doing like a weird thing where they were going back in time and showing you the older ones of versions of them. I don't know how it works, but they casted Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique, and then she blew up because right after she was cast in that, she did, what's it called? The Hunger Games. And so she became this huge star. Even they had her in a role that wasn't like a huge role. So they felt like they had to kind of like push that role into being like a big star. And I feel like that was weird because it's like Mystique is cool, but she don't really got that many cool powers. She kind of just changes into people. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what they had to do with the Harley Quinn character. Even though I think Harley Quinn, the animated TV show that they got, is pretty good. And if it was more like that, I'd rock with it. But I feel like they had to do that because it was like they got such a big actress to do the role that they had to like now make the character bigger than it needed to be. But yeah, sorry, that's a tangent.
I need to bring that back to the 90s though, because do you remember the arcade game of the X-Men that had so most arcade games had just the monitor, the platform, and then the sticks, and then the corresponding colors. So if you're playing Double Dragon, right, there was the red and the blue dragon, so the joystick would be red and blue. These motherfuckers had like 10 characters in this game, so the platform was like wow big, and then it wrapped around, so like you could be Nightcrawler all the way to like Cyclops. And I loved it as a kid because the color coordination, because there were so many characters. Storm had like yellow, Nightcrawler had like purple, Cyclops had like this neon blue. Dope. So shouts to X-Men.
I don't think I would play that game when I was younger, but that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's dope, man. And they brought it back. Walmart's been bringing back arcade games, and they brought that one back.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, no, so I think I would give Suicide Squad like a solid like 3.5 out of 5 or something like that. Like, it was okay. It was a decent movie. I did fall asleep during it too, though. So there's that. But I woke up and I finished it.
I fell asleep during 300, so like it doesn't depict the movie sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, because 300 is just like all action, so that's funny. Now, granted, some of it's slow, so but no, like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, like, I fell asleep when we tried to watch it Friday night, just because we always try to watch stuff and then it gets too late and then we throw it on and everybody's sleepy because you work the whole damn week and we're all old people with kids now. You know what I mean? And so like I watched the parts that I missed the next day. I was like, oh, okay. It's better than when I fell asleep, but like still like kind of an okay movie. But yeah. So yeah, that's my rating. That's my review.
Shouts to that, man. So did you see, man, so speaking of work real quick, you tired from work. I've been teetering back and forth about should I go home for my dad's birthday, which is this weekend. Shouts to Ty. It's the day before his birthday, you know what I'm saying? So shouts to back-to-back birthdays. But
Hey.
work's been kind of like on my back, performance wise, because I had one bad month. So like, they've been on me about like, peaking up and all that. And it sucks because like me, the way my anxiety works and just like me as a person, like I'm not able to, I can't go home and be like, oh, well, I still need to go home and visit. And because I'm, whatever. I need to quell my stress from work first and go home comfortably, otherwise I won't enjoy the pizza. I won't enjoy seeing my family. I mean, I will, but it's just, I'll have that in the back of my mind. Right.
Right.
So I've been having some flight anxiety or some hesitation. Shouts to the sponsors, Sunday Scaries, which tangent, it was CBD day on August 5th. And
I'm so mad because I had the shit. I think I was going to buy some CBD on like the 2nd or the 3rd or 4th or something like that. And I was like, oh, wait, CBD day is coming up. I'll just wait till then. And then I realized that shit, I like waited too long and it passed by it. So I didn't even get the shit for the half off I needed to.
Well, and then you still don't be like, hey kids, don't be like Ty. Use promo code Bucket Up, and get 20% off. But hit up Haley, bro. She's our account manager, so she'll get you right. But anyway,
okay.
With that, I didn't know, when I'm going home, if I'm going home and stuff like that, and I've been incognito looking at flights and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. But did you see the news of these recent outbursts on the planes of customers wilding to the point where they gotta get duct taped to the seat, bro?
Yeah, I saw. Did you see the dude commentating? And they were like, "This dude is the best like play-by-play person in the history of ever." And he was like telling a story how the dude was up and he was wilding. He was like groping people and like trying to fight people. And the dude grabbed the last straw was he grabbed my titty and I threw him down in the street, in the seat, pulled out the duct tape, was like, and like wrapped that bitch around. I was like, yeah.
Is he the one that said, you can attend to this ass whooping?
Yeah, that's what he said, bro. He was, I don't know, I forgot his name, but he was giving the awesome play-by-play. It was hilarious. But yeah, bro, I'm thankful for when we went home in June, that like everybody was pretty much respectful. Everybody had on masks. There was like a couple people who would like pull the mask down or some shit, but like everybody had on masks. Nobody was spazzing at flight attendants. You know what I mean? No, everybody we sat next to, we had a baby. We know how like, I'm sure nobody wants to like sit in the seat next to a baby. Like, I don't know how this baby gonna be. You know what I mean? And everybody we sat next to was cool. They kind of kept to themselves. They weren't like wild, chatty, or intrusive or anything like that. So it was. I feel like we got lucky, but again, it was on what, Spirit or Frontier?
I think it was, so both, there was two stories. I think one was Frontier and one was Spirit. So you're both right.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, that's what's going to happen on there.
You get what you pay for, bro. It's a bus in the sky. Okay. With those two airlines. But what was funny, bro, is, we talk about white privilege or entitlement or all that shit. Everybody feels like they some boss because they bought a plane ticket, right? Which I will say they're expensive as fuck, so that they make you feel some type of way, but not good.
They don't make me feel like a boss. I feel angry.
Right, I feel resentful because I also know I hate flying too for many reasons, and they're adding to this. So with that, bro, the funniest part was this dude. He's spazzing. He's obviously drunk. My question is, what could have taken place that make somebody react this way? One, and then two, the things he was saying, like, how do they correlate to what's taking place? And he was like, my family's worth $400 million. And then he lost me when he said, my grandpa is the most wholesome person you'll ever talk to.
Why did he bring that up?
And I'm like, that's a lot, because my grandpa was the most wholesome person you ever talked to.
Mean, shout out to the wholesome grandpas, but like, why, bro?
I'm like, your wholesome grandpa would be ashamed of you right now if you fucking trying to rep the set, bro, on a Spirit flight. But nah, bro, like, what's my motto, Ty? You could spaz out on yourself. Like, you could call yourself whack and be all mad internally, but once you bring it externally, I'm not with it. And once you put your hands on people, it's double down, like, not with it, And it's like, what's the goal, right?
Like that stuff you gotta learn when you're an adult, bro. Like, if you're a kid, like, kids don't control, they don't know how to control their emotions, and like, they bring that shit outward, right? But it's like once you're an adult, like, bro, you can't, unless you obviously that doesn't like, account for like mental health issues and stuff like that. But it's like, bro, come on, man.
Especially
you can't be doing that on a flight.
Right.
Everybody's already feeling inconvenienced. They don't need this. And it's the whole experience is inconveniencing.
And it's like, bro, we talk about right versus wrong, goals and approaches. It's like, bro, everybody's goal on this plane is to eventually get off it. Nobody's like trying to be on this shit forever. They're trying to get where they're going. Yeah. So it's like you huffing and puffing over whatever's taking place. At the end of the day, it's because you're talking about you wanting to either get on the plane, get off the plane, get to the one destination or the other destination. Those are the only possible outcomes from all of this. So it's like we're doing a lot of like, do you understand? But it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to get to the same place you're flying to too. And the reasons I'm trying to go are more important to me than the reasons of why you're going your place. And that's the beauty of life, So yeah, I with that, bro. Imagine. So I take the responsibility. I've definitely spazzed out on flight attendants and stuff in the past. Not
I have not done that.
Not to that regard, obviously.
I mean, it is what it is. People grow.
Yeah, cool. But this was after a flight, or never during or before, and it was more like, more inquisitive, like, what's the deal? Why? Blah blah blah. Not wanting special treatment or anything like that. More so curious out of just like, what's happening for all of us? I kind of was like speaking for everybody when they didn't ask for it, but I was trying to think: is there any other times you've seen be outside a plane? A customer while and not when it doesn't have to be you working. Have you ever witnessed a customer just acting crazy? Because I've seen some shit.
Probably, but I can't think of too many times. I don't know why I can't think of anything off my head, but I'm sure I've had one. There was like one time when I was working at Dunkin', this girl asked for I don't know if she asked for like a large or something, or she asked for a medium. And I think I was just like, oh, yeah, it's this much. And she was like, actually, can I have a large? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be however much extra. And she's like, oh, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. And then she just started throwing the ones at the counter. I'm like, bro, what? like
you named the price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, what? And there was a lot of stuff at that Dunkin'. I think one time this person who obviously had OCD or something like that, she, there was a mop bucket that was in the dining hall room or whatever. It was right by where you give people the food. And I don't know if it was me or maybe Spencer, who used to work with me, gave her the food, but they went over the mop bucket to hand her the bag of food. And she's like, oh, can you remake that? Cause you went over the mop bucket. And everybody's like, what? Yo, what?
Like the chemicals are rising up or something.
Yeah. I don't think the mop water was attracted to your sandwich, but okay. Yeah, so it was a lot of wildness, but I can't think of somebody full on spazzing.
I'm trying to think.
At work.
One time this dude was waiting too long. I guess this was when I was working. This is a Sprint. A customer's waiting too long for, I guess in his world, and he takes one of the plastic phones and just breaks it. And my boss at the time, mind you, was this very, very overweight guy who had a broken foot or something. So he was on one of those scooters, and it's maybe you shouldn't interact in a conflict when you're vulnerable at this point, right? So I'm trying to assess the situation. I'm like, bro, can you, why'd you break the phone? Blah, blah, he's like, you guys weren't helping me, blah, blah. And then the guy's like, leave. And my boss is like, I need you to leave, sir. And he's trying to drive his scooter forward to intimidate him. I was like, I don't think this is it, man. So this guy just, he broke another phone and then left. But then another time, this woman, she just screamed, and this was a conundrum because I just started working at this store, so I wanted to make a good impression. And this lady's just in the middle of the floor talking about, will somebody help me? Will anybody help me? And I'm like, I guess I will. What's up? And then my like boy from across the was like, yo, she's trying to get an account. She doesn't have access to it. Like, don't help her type thing. And I'm like, I was like, oh man, you can't like, you can't scream like bloody murder.
And yeah,
over like, you know, at that time it was like a razor, you know, whatever the phones were at that time.
Like, come on, bro. Like, this ain't worth none of that, bro.
Oh, okay. And then last one was I was at Boston Market, and this was back in like college, you know what I'm saying? Me and the homies just got done smoking heavy. So like, yo, let's go to Boston Market. We were type smacked. It was mad good. And then we ordered our food, and then we were there for a while, so we were fine. And then I guess the chef went to the bathroom. This was all after we were served, right? And chilling. The chef goes to the bathroom or whatever, and I guess he didn't wash his hands. And there was like another customer that was in that, and he storms out and starts screaming, the chef didn't wash his hands. That's disgusting. The chef didn't wash his hands. Yeah. It is, you know, whatever.
You got a point, bro. You got a point.
Well, I'm sure he wore gloves. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. So
no, I'm not. I mean, maybe he washed his hands when he got back to the kitchen, but I feel like I think you have to wash your hands in the bathroom just in general. But at least if you're the chef for show, at least you can't just be doing that.
No,
you know?
And that's fine. But again, I already ate, and this was beyond, like the timing was like we were already done. We were just chilling at the table, so we knew, you know, we were good. But it was funny because then your man comes up to us and he's like, "Did you guys hear what I said? Did you guys hear?" And all of us are like, who wants to like react to this guy? None of us want to. So we're all just kind of like pointing at each other like, no, you do. Yeah. So then it came to me. I was like, and I turned to him. I was like, bro, what? And he's like, the chef, he didn't wash his hands. I was like, yeah, but I feel like we ate before he took a shit. So we're good, bro.
It's like, and also, what do you want me to do, man? Like, throw up? It's too late. If he got me with the shit hands, he got me with the shit hands.
If I get pink eye, I'll let you know what's good, bro.
And like, if something happens, I get food poisoning, I'll know exactly what it is. But there's not much for me to do right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that was so with that, and then so with all that being said, I don't know when I'm gonna go home, but I will know I ain't gonna be duct taped to a fucking seat.
Yeah, hopefully not, bro. I hope I don't see you on the news. It's like some very funny and black dude who's like is a great storyteller is telling them how he duct taped this guy with glasses and a nice hat to Spirit Airlines seat, you know?
And they're gonna be like, they said his emergency contact was Ty Doyle. You can be looking at the TV like, fuck, bro, drag me into this shit.
I think
left the plane screaming Wu-Tang.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But I think we've arrived to our favorite time of the week. Songs of the week, bro. What you got?
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it, you know, back to back, a little rhythmic. I think we took a week off.
A little rhythmic.
And but I've been, you know, I don't want to say addictive personality when it comes to music, because like I'll listen to one artist and then just kind of bump all their shit, and I'm like, all right, next person. I feel like I've always felt like those people that can genuinely listen to shuffle in their headphones are like somewhat weird. Like,
what? I listen to shuffle. Yeah, because I got playlists. I just throw them on shuffle.
You're weird when it comes to music. You like you're one of those. You have, but in a good way.
I don't put on. I think it's crazy to put on an album and have that shit on shuffle. That's insane behavior to me. But I think I have like a playlist that I just throw a whole bunch of songs I like on there, and it's like 300. If I try to listen to them in sequence, I'm never gonna listen to the songs at the bottom, and so that's why I throw them on shuffle so I can ping ones, and that way I listen to something different every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
that's my logic behind it.
But is there like, do you ever go from like R&B to like hardcore gang?
I gotta. Okay. No. All my playlists are like
separate. Like
they have a theme. Okay. They have like, you know what I'm saying? I got like a trap rap playlist. I have like kind of just a new, like kind of like school, like backpack playlist. I got like underground, only rapping over lo-fi Alchemist beat playlist. I got an R&B joint. I got like the one with like more like kind of like jazzy dance stuff. You know, I got like a playlist for pretty much everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I guess what I was speaking on was I had homies back in the day that would like genuinely like Biggie and then also like Slipknot or, you know, like the
and
Rage
they just have everything.
just shuffling.
Oh yeah, I can't do that. I've only done that for like when I make playlists for work, and it's just like I had a playlist that's like something for everybody, and so it was like, yeah, it'd be like Biggie, and then the next song would be pocket full of sunshine.
Right? Well, my homie's in the gym and we're lifting, and it's like, bring the motherfucking ruckus. Yeah, I hear it hitting it, and then the next song is like, best I ever had.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We gotta wait till the next rep, bro. But nah, so so with that, I've been, you know, back to back with, I've been heavy on the Rod Wave, and I'm gonna go Set in Stone, Rod Wave.
Nice. Okay. I know I usually do bangs, bops, and slaps, but I'm just gonna give y'all like two songs that I really enjoyed from the weekend. The WizKid song Essence. I already liked the song, but then he had the remix with Justin Bieber and Teams, or I don't know if it's Teams or Tims. I should probably figure out how to say that. Thought that was pretty good. And then Wale had a song with Maxo, Kream, and Yella, Beezy called Down South with a nice sample on there. I think it samples Still Tipping. So it's a cool little sample with Wale. I had a convo with some people. Shouts to the homie Kellen and Craig and D. We were talking about how like Wale, people be not giving Wale his flowers because he's like sensitive on the internet, but like his discography is pretty good. So, you know, shouts to Wale.
I'd say my favorite album is Black and Gold.
There you go. And then also another song is Slow Down by VanJess featuring Lucky Daye. Real smooth. This is like another remix. I like the original, but obviously this remix is pretty good. And then albums wise, there was Nas dropped the album. I forgot what it's called because it's the one he won the Grammy for it. King's Disease. He won the Grammy for King's Disease. It's King's Disease 2, so it's like all songs with Hit Boy as a producer. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? I thought the first one was really good. It was like cool too. I didn't think it was like Grammy worthy or whatever, but I thought it was cool. And this one's cool. A song on there that I like was Nobody featuring Lauryn Hill, because I don't know how he got Lauryn Hill to show up to do anything. She don't show up
because there's no white people
for
in the
literally
studio.
Yeah, maybe Lauryn Hill don't show up for shit. So I don't know how the hell. I don't know how he got out. I'm sure she just sent in the vocals, but even then, I don't know how he got.
Remember when she she just didn't show, or many times at her concert. Imagine
all the time. Have she showed up to any concert?
Imagine
like
on a bus just laughing like ha ha ha. Because like I don't know, do they refund the tickets?
She's not making any money. I'm like I think it's like a lot of times people are like there waiting for her and she just don't show up.
Do they refund the tickets or whatever?
I think so. I think they got a refund, and then I'm sure she gets fined by the venue. Like, and also I'm assuming like it's gotta be hard to book venues once you like are notorious for not showing up for your gig. I don't know.
But imagine that the what's that called? The booker, not the booker. What's that called? The agent. They're the
booking agent.
Booking agent. They're like, hey boss, yeah. I got Lauryn Hill. They're like, sure.
They're like, no, you don't.
Keep on the phones, bro.
Maybe we should book something else.
Yeah, let's have a plan B.
Yeah, maybe we should put her on with somebody else. Solid, like, you know what I mean? So we won't have everybody angry at us if she don't show. But I was like, I don't know how she makes money. It must be all royalties. That the refugees checks must be hitting good in that one album. So I hope she owns her masters and stuff. Again, I don't know. I'm sure it's like a mental health, like anxiety thing that makes her like not want to show up. I don't want to like diagnose her or anything. I have no fucking clue or insight into that.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying, I'm sure it's not just like, I hope it's not just, she just like at the last minute, like, I don't feel like it. You know what I mean?
She's like, oh, that new episode of that show I like is on tonight.
It's like, oh shit, they dropped a new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, I'm good.
She's like, I'm on the back order for GTA 6.
Yeah, bro.
But
yeah, those are my songs of the week, bro.
Shouts to that, man. Shouts to you putting up with me week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple sponsors that mess with us. Sunday Scaries. Use promo code Bucket Up. You get 20% off your total. You know what I'm saying? And even more if you buy during the sales they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Phillip watch. You know what I'm saying? Icy wrist up. Starting to get a little, it's going to get nicer soon, fall weather, you know what I'm saying? Go out with the farmers markets. You have a nice watch, nice little jewelry, you know what I'm saying? for the buckets, man, that have been riding with us since day one. Shouts to you. We're actually coming up on our little 4-year anniversary. You know what I'm saying? We started in August.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
The end of August was it. So shouts to us for rocking heavy. For the people that are new to the wave, bro, and want to get busy with us, where can they find us?
Yeah, man, I'm sure you listened to the beginning of the podcast and like about our socials, but in terms of where you can listen to us, so I'm not sure what you listen to on on right now, but we're also on Spotify. You know, you can just follow the podcast and you'll get the episodes as soon as they drop. And then on Apple Podcasts, subscribe to us so you can get the podcast as soon as they drop. And if you haven't yet, please leave us a review, 5 stars. Hopefully you can say something nice if you're so inclined. That'd be awesome. And then, you know, we're also on Stitcher Radio. We're on Google Play. And obviously our main squeeze is SoundCloud. So if you're still on there listening to old random tracks of, I don't know, XXXTentacion, I don't know what the hell is on Spotify that people listen to. You know, the old mixtapes back when Chance the Rapper was good. I don't know.
And we back.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know if you saw, he had like not to go on a super duper tangent right now. I know we're trying to end up the show, but he had like some TikTok trend. He had like a TikTok trend where he was like mixing up a song with that one song that he has where he's like, let's go on a run, which is terrible. I hate that song. Okay. But he was like, he did like a mixer thing where he was like cutting it up and it was like, let's go on the run. And then it was like for Starbucks. And so he was like mixing it in a Starbucks.
Oh,
but then he was like, and so on TikTok, you can do this thing called duets where you're like, you take the one TikTok and do a TikTok next to it. Like kind of like, and like music people do it, like they'll make a beat and be like, duet this. And then somebody will like rap over the beat that they made. And so that's what he was kind of like, yeah, duet it with like something fire. And like everybody was like doing duets and being like, what the fuck is this shit? To where they end up cutting off the duets and like Starbucks, a brand, they paid him money to make this. They cut off the duets and then they also cut off the comment section because everybody was flaming the video like, bro, this is so garbage. Why did y'all do this? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, man, I don't think anybody's fallen off as hard as Chance the Rapper has musically. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what he got to come up with something new and like hope he goes. He don't need to go back to like doing acid or something, but he can't be on the same shit he was on before. I don't really know, but sorry, that's a little tangent. But anyway, you can follow us on any of the social media. Make sure you hit us up on Facebook at Just the Bucket Up Podcast. On Instagram, we're at the Bucket Hat Boys, and then on Twitter, we're at Bucket Up Podcast. And if you want to follow us individually on Twitter, I am at Tylante, aka I don't even know what my ad is right now. What did I switch it to? I gotta check.
Is it like that's not Midi Pablo no more, right?
No, I switched it.
But no, speaking of
Pico de Negro is what I am right now. Sorry.
Shouts to that.
And then homie Jesse's at JB Speak.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And speaking of pizza, rounding it back around, that I have a homie that was talking about a pizza spot he wants to take me to, blah, blah. So make a video for that, throw it up there.
Oh, nice.
See what the real review is. But yeah, man, because, I haven't had real pizza in a while. So let's be real.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, I think that's everything, man.
Yeah, volume 173 in the Bookingtons. And on your way, you can read about it at the bars beneath beneath the piano or whatever. But yeah, for the Bucket Up Podcast, for the Bucket Hat Boys, volume 173 in the books, in the archives. For the Kid JB, DJ Butter, we on to bigger, better things. And we in the lab, and we out. Cheer, cheer.
Cheer, cheer.